Shalom. This is a Sarban Sharala out of Lansing Camp, located in Jeffersonville, Florida. First and foremost, I would like to give praise and honor and glory to the Father and the Son in the proper true return. Call Halam La, Yahweh Bashma Shai, Bashem, Habakak, Dashma Moth. Also, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, and double honors to our apostle as well, Harwan Bashrala. Peace and blessings to 1/3, and salutation to the hopeful elect. It's gonna be a quick little lessons going on Amos 5 and going the times that we in, man. Um, we in the days where the prophecy of war was gonna be fulfilled, man. Ultimately, nuclear destruction, ICBMs. All right, we're aware the Lord separates his sheep from his goat. You know, the sheep being on the right hand side, and the goats be on the left hand side, man. His goats will be a whole list of what humanity today does, and what our people today does, like it, what ultimately the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and speckled birds, 2/3 of them are are dealing with, the stuff that's glorified in America, man. Everything wrong, and sure, I might well get that. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 5 and 20. It's like if I put this on. This is Isaiah chapter 5 and 20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil." And that's ultimately, man, the hammer of the earth right now, currently, man. The the Caucasian race, the so-called white man. He is the hammer of the earth. And how will he be cut asunder? Oh, his very weapon that the Lord has made for him to craft for his own destruction. Being a ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. Some traps, are made snares unto the Creator, man. Me and Esau, man, being destroyed by his own weapon. All right. But it says, "Woe to them that call evil good and good evil," man. So in today's time, especially for a prophet of the Lord, Yahweh Bashma Shai, you seen as enemy of the state. You seen as a terrorist. That's how it's supposed to be. They hate the Most High, so they're gonna hate his servants. Nonetheless, you are seen as a terrorist, like a supervillain almost, and basically everyone doesn't agree with what you believe in. That's just the times we're in today, because everything we believe in is biblical. They don't like the Bible. even the Christians, the ones that say very very much with their mouth that they love the God, they love the Son, but they will not follow none of his laws. They don't even make an attempt to do it because they feel like that's vanity, basically. It's not, when it's vanity to not even understand the scriptures. When most of nobody really understand the scriptures. Only people that really honestly do that's on the left hand side or iniquitous is like some of IOIC or something like that. But most of their breakdowns are wrong. They everything off. But that's supposed to be, because that's being shown through the Spirit who are the true wicked Sadducees and Pharisees, and who are the true heathens, and who is Esau, and who is the hammer of the earth. All right, it says that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. So everything that's good is supposed to be cherished in this world, like your health and wealth. That's not given to nobody. You giving a number and a pickaxe, basically. You got to go to work because you the monetary slaver. That's how it is for Jake. Jake have to spend 95%, 90% of his life working, and 10% of it enjoying it. But yeah, just go back to here. This is Amos chapter 5 and 6. It says, "Seek the Lord, and he shall live, lest he break out like a fire in the house of Joseph, and devour, and there be none to quench it, and it in the Bethel like a holy place." All right, so here's what Israel needs to hear. They need to know that it is so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and the speckled birds. They are the true Israelites according to the scriptures through the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. If you know that, and you've been so we in the park. We've been in the park that here in Jasper, Florida. We've been in the same park for the past 4 years. We've seen a whole bunch of different, whole bunch of same face, a whole bunch of new face over. But nonetheless, yeah, just no one can get away from what's being said globally right now. It's prophets across the whole earth. It's stuff that should click your ear. That should be like an earbud. You not if you hear about World War III, you hear about nuclear fallout, you hear about a war, you hear about a war, you hear about famine, you hear about all this stuff. None of this tickles your ear that I need to worry about this, even in the slightest. So the Lord's gonna make sure you hear it, you know. It says, ye turn judgment to wormwood. So come, man, that's a prophecy, man. Going to Revelation 1 and 14. Well, this is going to the description of Yahushua. I can get it. And it's in Revelation chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse. Well, yeah, this description of the Most High. Verse 14. It says, going to the description of Yahushua and his heavenly body. His head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. All right. So they're going to he like a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, man, 10 feet tall, a tower man. Um, what you call it? It's going into his eyes were like a flame of fire. I think some people break it down like he drunk, but that's not right. That don't sound right. But he's ultimately angry with our people. His eyes are red. He's like, you get what how a so he's coming back down as our Josiah, demon like power, man. He's gonna have a righteous anger to uphold, because not only have these heathens have been crucified in the flesh, you see all this heathendom scattered across the world, and it's regular now. And you see Esau, his everything and all the way he's doing. Then it's two-thirds of people that supposed to be the holy people, the holy children of the Most High. We're doing the same exact thing. 2/3. The Lord's coming down here fears that those same people are still here, and well, yeah, I know he's still gonna be here, but just give them what they deserve ultimately. They have a in destination. The Lord is not gonna let any bad child go unpunished, man. Spare not the rod. So that means for 2/3 of our people, that's what it is, man. All right, this is back at Amos chapter 5, start of verse. Yes, what's 7? It says, ye turn judgments to wormwood, and leave all righteousness in earth. All right, it says, you turn judgment to wormwood, man. Just like how our name, what's the word? How our backsliding turned us to slavery, man. Verse 8 says, seek him that maketh the 7 stars in Orion, and turneth the shadow of death in the morning, man. That's what Yahweh is going to be able to do. This place America is a spiritual shadow of death, and this is nighttime. If the daytime is not here, which is Yahweh, it's going to be nothing but darkness. So it says, so when he comes down, he's going to turn that shadow of death into morning. All right. It says, and make of the day dark with night. All right. So yeah, this day for these evildoers, they believe this place to be night for them and everything. They said they call for the waters of the sea and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. The Lord Yahweh is his name. Yahweh Bashim Shai is his name. He's able to do all this, man. It says that strengthen the spoiled against the strong. All right. The Lord's gonna be able to do that. The spoiled. Who are the spoiled children? Who has been ransacked, raped? I can't say. Who's been great, robbed and alive? It says, so that strengthen the spoiled against the strong of this world, man. So that the spoiled shall come against the fortress. They hate him that rebuketh in gate, and they abhor him that. Oh, it's like, well, let me get that. Well, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh rightly, man. So, man, ultimately, they hate them that they abhor him that speaketh rightly, man. They hate Yahweh, they hate the Most High, and they hate his servants. Ultimately, they hate the Most High and everything. So they're gonna automatically hate the servants. Just like how if the master is wicked, the servants are too, man. So if the master is righteous and is nothing but righteousness, of course, they're gonna be hated by people that's unrighteous. All right, but this is ultimately going to the fact that seek him that maketh the 7 stars of Orion, the creator of the heavens and earth. All right, He could turn our back. He could turn Israel's. He's going to turn Israel's backsliding to wormwood. He's going to turn to destruction. He's going to turn. He also going to be able to turn our people that are meek and lowly to to kings and princes and princesses. All right. To go against the strong man, the strong of this world. 2/3 of our people that rule that like they make all the laughing stock. They man, big old laughing stock. But yeah, 2/3 they're just the ignorance and what you call it, and of course Esau and these heathens, man, that deserve judgment as well, man. But that was a quick little lesson just going on Amos 5, and that was a good little read. But yeah, mainly follow the Lord, and it says they abhor him that speaketh right. Man, that go for the evildoers. They hate anything upright, man. And shoot, if you want to be not upright, go ahead. But your judge that backsliding is gonna turn you into stubble, man. All right. But y'all just all this edifying little, I said spiritual just anything. But I said less just because it's going on Amos 5. But it kind of y'all just all it was hopefully edifying, But that's a shalom.